Alright, we're back live. Oh my god. I I had to play that to lift my mood a little bit because that was that was basically me at the end of last stream just now. Oh my god. I couldn't hold it back, man. I was crying so hard at what happened. I had to compose myself, and then when I did, I remember that skit right there, and I had to go watch it to lift my spirits before starting up again. Whew, shit. Ah, that is some funny shit. Alright. I'm gonna message some people, let them know I'm back on. They haven't seen the Twitch notification yet. And then we'll get going. I'm hoping I can still finish ShadowBringers by tonight. I got about 4.5 hours. Hope we can do it. Whew. Let's see. Let me get set up here in my little fort. Oops. Hey. Didn't tell you have to get up yet. Oof. Yes, we are. I'll have to save it there. Everything set up. Yeah, I think we're good. He was sunshine back. Oh my god, that shit is too funny. I saw that show back when it was still airing many years ago, and that show was too funny. That was one of my favorite skits right there. I'm glad they kept it on YouTube. Although, for some reason, they re-uploaded a bunch of their stuff, because that's not the original upload. That upload is from like a few months ago. I don't know why they had to re-upload everything, but... You had no idea what I was watching? Key and Peele? It's a Comedy Central show from a while ago. It's spelled key is just, like a key. K-E-Y. And then N and P-E-E-L-E. Key and Peele. So... Oh, so you've heard of him. Yeah. I don't worry about the Nightbot. I honestly have no idea. I honestly have no idea, like, when I activated it, what for. It just kind of... I guess it's just to keep people in check, but I don't think it'll ban you or anything. But yeah, that show ended a long time ago. It's not airing anymore, but you can still find their skits. Yeah, I'll just type it out. Look that up on YouTube. Right there. No, not you. It's just, in case like random people come in and start shit. But luckily, I have follower only mode anyway, so. Anyway, let's get going. Man, that shit is funny though. And I know that just brought my mood back up, but I'm probably gonna get all sad again in a minute when I start seeing everybody's reaction to the everlasting light being back again, and to everything that's going on. And I'm taking a guess that I'm guessing that Ardbert is probably gonna end up sacrificing himself or something to save your ass in the end. Seemed like they were foreshadowing that for a bit. But I think the Crystal Exarch or Grakatia, however you want to call him, is I don't think he's gonna make it either. I don't know. People are gonna die, and it's gonna suck. I don't remember that one. Maybe they were in, yeah. I think you're onto something, yeah. But I didn't watch that what you're referencing, so I'm not sure. But yeah. Whew, shit. I had to lift my spirits back up because damn, I was in a dark place at the end of the last stream. So sad. I really felt for my character and everybody else too. Dude's posing over here. He's taking a picture. So we talked to the manager of the suites and he told us to go talk with Braggy and I guess a few other people. To reassure them and cheer them up and let them know everything's gonna be okay. But nobody knows that I'm a light warden now. Oh, there you are. Hey, you got here fast. Yeah, so I guess we should go cheer people up. Oh, you logged out right here? Oh, I gotcha. I like that even if you're from a different server, when you log out, you still log back in on that server in the same spot. I think that's pretty cool. It doesn't just send you back to your own server when you log back in. Yeah. So, shall we? It warns you? I've logged out on a different server, it didn't say shit. It just kind of says my location as being a different server. When I try to log back in, it'll say you're at this place in this server on the bottom left where it shows your character stats. When you log back in, yeah. Oh fuck, there's an etherite right there. A warning. Like, you better watch the fuck out. You're not on your home server right now. Oh, that was good. Also, I gotta find out where to get the level 80, like... the level 80 job class armor, eventually. Once we finish, the main scenario quest. Yeah, exactly. Server visitations, right? Well, well, look who's back from the dead. Aye, it was a grim sight. Your companions looked fair ready to drop when they brought you in, so I offered a helping hand. Couldn't bear to see them struggle so. Yeah, it's fine. Just like, visiting servers is literally just visiting. You can't, you know... They make sure you know you're just visiting. And you, my friend, I feared you had one foot in the grave. Cold and lifeless you were, like a corpse that was somehow still breathing. Ah, you don't know the half, dude. Then they told me some evil bastard went and snatched our poor Exarch away in the midst of the chaos. Wicked White, what is this world coming to? Bah, but moaning never solved the thing, did it? Nay, it's times like these that we Crystarian folk stand tall and do what needs to be done. Trade with Yulmore is back on the table. We'd best make use of those resources to fortify the city against the Eaters. Or whatever misery the fates deem fit to throw at us next. Speaking of misery, Chesamil was worried sick about you. A healer wringing her hands is not a sight you ever wish to see, let me tell you. I really thought I was a goner then. They're like, that fool is gonna die. He's done. Done! But... I'm afraid a fate far worse than death is what awaits me, not that. Fuck, the names, what are the... Oh, the Balfour Gate. Yo! Oh, sweetie, you're alive! No one's been allowed to see you, even Spagarix Tyrugans. They have different ways of pronouncing this. I've heard two different pronunciations. Some people say Tyrugans. What was the other one? Somebody say it was like a chai sound one time. I don't remember if it was in like Stormblood. Even Spagarix Tyrugans were forbidden from making visits. Green was kind enough to tell me you were showing symptoms similar to Eater corruption. Almost said ether. So I suppose there was little that any of us could have done for you in any case. As for your companions, they've been rushing hither and yon seeking a cure to your condition. I worry to see their faces grown ever more haggard every time they pass through the Crystarium. I shall let them know you're awake, and when they come to see you, sweetie, please do convince them to rest a bit. They won't be helping anyone if they all collapse of exhaustion. And our own Morin has been a little better, I'm afraid. Has been little better, I'm afraid. He hasn't left the cabinet, too busy with his nose buried in one dusty tome or another. I gotta go talk to Morin then. See what he's up to. The Cabinet of Curiosity. It's a little samurai. A tiny Lullafill samurai. Confound it. This says the same thing as the last. Mayhap I should approach the problem from a different perspective. Leon, is it truly you and not some figment of my imagination? Yes, me. Oh, but this is wonderful. It would seem our prayers have been answered. Feeling otherwise helpless, I've been scouring our shelves for the wisdom to explain this most worrisome conundrum. Why, with all the Light Wardens defeated, has the light returned to obscure the sky? Wrong cadence. Why, with all the Light Wardens defeated, has the light returned to obscure the sky? I must have pored over 100 tomes, but no definitive conclusion seems forthcoming. So many questions I would pose to the Exarch, and thus do I feel his absence all the more keenly. Now that you are awake, however, I am hopeful the search for our stolen steward might begin in earnest. Catless, meanwhile, leads the crystalline mean in preparations for battle. Though against what foe we are as yet uncertain. Why not pay her a visit? I expect seeing you upright would be a much welcome relief. I guess everybody's been worried sick about me. Naturally, I guess. Leon, alive and well, I see. You gave us all a proper fright, you know that? Not a day's gone by that I haven't heard folk worrying what's to become of you or the Exarch. Anyway, I'm glad you've recovered enough to stand. You're not planning on striking out straight away, though, are you? I was hoping to have a better look at your equipment. If we'd been able to provide you with better weapons or sturdier helmets, then maybe you would have won the day and the Exarch would still be here. As such, we're keeping busy consulting each other on new forging techniques and designs and the like. If you could stand still a moment, I'd like to assess the gear we're trying to improve. Reminds me, I gotta repair my gear too. It's been a little while. Aye, well, that's some fine work, I must admit. It wouldn't be impossible to make something better, but we'd need to experiment with different patterns and materials. And I'm not sure we have that kind of time. That sounds like a challenge that he would enjoy. Greetings, Glinard. The Master of the Stairs is running his own errands now, is he? Aye, well, my servers are distraught enough as it is, and I ain't want to crack the whip too hard. But never mind that. I'm thinking our absent genius and his epiphanies are the perfect answer to this predicament of yours. And by genius, you mean old Grenold? He is a man of unrivaled gifts, I won't argue with you there. But what good does his talent do us if we can't bloody find him? No one's seen hide nor hair of Grenold since he wandered off some years ago. You know what he's like once he latches onto an idea. He's probably cloistered himself in some forgotten cave, completely absorbed in his latest creation. I wouldn't even know where to start looking. That does make things difficult. Still, if that eccentric is someone you're destined to meet, I wager he'll show up soon enough. In my time at the bar, many's the tale I've heard told of strangely fated encounters, even if a few of them might be stretching the truth just a bit. We'll keep our noses to the grindstone for the time being, but on the off chance you do encounter Grenold, you'd be wise to take advantage of his brilliance rather than wait on our slow and steady progress. This is all talk for when you're fully recovered, of course. I'll let you get back to convalescing, eh? Before you do that, you're actually the reason I came over here in the first place. I don't suggest partaking of my stock until you're properly well, but if you're passing near the stairs, then I have a few regulars I'd like to introduce you to. Sure. Why not? I'd best be getting back. Just because the world's coming apart at the seams doesn't mean we have to follow suit now, does it? Here, here. We can't forget the heart upon which this city was founded, or the Exarch might not have much of a home to return to. Hello, Victor. He might not ever come back. Leon, are you alright? No. I think a return to your sickbed might be in order. Or you might consider resting a while atop the watchtower next to the rookery. This damnable sky doesn't make for the most soothing scenery, but the Exarch often liked to stand there and feel the wind upon his face. Must be upstairs. Some closed off quest.
The people of this city have spirit, I'll give them that. They've not lost the will to fight. I can imagine how torn you must feel, looking at that sky, knowing what it means to everyone, and that you're responsible.
The secrecy is worse.
If you're thinking of coming clean, don't. It might make you feel better, but it would make things 100 times worse for them. They're better off not knowing.
I know. He's right about that.
You're in a corner, and there doesn't seem to be any obvious way out. doesn't mean it's over. However hopeless it seems, you haven't lost yet. I remember looking up at the sky like this before. Being caught up in a strange kind of calm. It was after we realized we were responsible for the flood. When we resolved to journey to the source by taking our own lives. One last sacrifice. One last fight. One last failure. And then the Oracle appeared and, well, you know the rest. There were times in the years and decades that followed when I wondered if we might not have been better off just letting the rejoining happen. That we'd made one last mistake. But seeing that giant Talos stir to life cured me of any doubts I still had. Always we took the burden of fighting upon ourselves. That's what heroes do, isn't it?
Lead by example.
So we never had the chance to see anything like that. Our people coming together as one. To think that their hope still burns so bright. That they were still so eager to live, they would lift up their fellows, one on top of the other, till they reached the sky. No. We made the right decision. And I can finally feel proud of the part we played in helping this world survive. Well, come on then.
He wants a fist bump. Come on, man. I have the emote. Oh, of course it wasn't just an ordinary fist bump, right?
As I thought. What happened between us was no coincidence. My story may be finished. The fates have gifted me a minor role in yours. I suspected as much the moment I realized you could hear me. But it's hard not to doubt yourself when you're the man who caused the flood. I was afraid to do anything more than watch for fear of making things even worse. But no longer. After all, the path I once walked is now yours to finish. For what it's worth, I cast my lot with yours. If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you. If you lose control, I'll do my best to stop you. So, let us be about it, hero.
Oh, I was worried you were up here all alone, brooding and fretting and wallowing in your woes. But look at you, grinning at nothing like a pollen-drunk pixie.
That guy, he's alright. He's an alright guy. Who do you mean? Ardbert? Yeah. Ardbert. It's a handsome fellow. Um, but yeah, it's just he's a good guy. I like him. He definitely grew on me. 'Cause he was such a prick in post Heavensward. He was so like angry. I hear you. And this chick just thinks I'm talking to myself.
Look at what you've done to your ether. It's a mess. And you have cracks running all through that pretty soul of yours. My poor little sapling. Whatever am I to do with you? Shall I yield up my throne? You could claim it, cut ties with the mortal world, hide away in the castle.
As another light warden, though? What good would that do?
It won't fix the problem, but would it really matter? If any pesky heroes come calling with steel and magic, all of Il Meg will rise up in your defense. My crown and scepter are yours, if you want them. What? Don't give me that look. Of course I knew before I asked that you'd never ever heed such a wicked suggestion.
Yeah, she loves to tease, doesn't she?
And besides, what would become of my precious and ephemeral flower? Oh, my dear beloved sapling. You are lost, confused, and have precious little time to gather your wits. Your kind is always so preoccupied with what lies ahead, and so we muddle your vision with fog and glamour. But such trickery is easy to see through. Stand very, very still. Think not of where you need to go, but where you are right now at this moment, at this time, in this place.
Very sound advice. Sometimes we dwell too much on the future or the past.
Cairn of crystal. From shadowed hood he watched you go, his ruby eyes with warmth aglow. See yourself as he saw you, and that shall be the clearest clue. You stand in his garden, dear sapling. Ask his flowers what they know, and you will surely find an answer. But what will you do with it, I wonder? I'll be watching and waiting. Waiting and watching.
What Josie would look like if she took up the fairy's offer. More MSQ. Somebody messaged me. Let me check real quick. What? Oh. Those are both really good last names, Josie. I like both of them. Those are pretty good. Not yet, but I hear that, okay. Oh, this good. Oh, I did not expect to see you on your feet so soon. Surely you have not come in search of a tomorrow. What do I know of the Crystal Exarch? I am happy to share, but I fear there will be no surprising revelations. As any in this city could tell you, he is a man of wisdom and compassion and many untold secrets. But none can doubt his generosity. When the Crystarium was being constructed, he even allowed folk to plunder the tower for resources. He has imposed no restrictions upon us but one. No one except the Exarch is permitted to dwell within the spire. Many seasons past, a comrade of mine was bold enough to ask the reason why. The Exarch merely smiled and said, because one day, the Crystal Tower may vanish as suddenly as it arrived. That's one. I know, they're both really good. Leon, it was good to see you awake and alert, my friend. What's this about? You're not writing the Exarch's memoirs, are you? I'm not sure how much I can tell you, considering we avoid asking too many questions. Unspoken rule and all that. If anyone has fresh insights to share, then it'd be Captain Lena, I'd say. She lost her parents to an eater attack not long after she was born, and the Exarch saw to her upbringing. Outward appearances aside, those two are like grandfather and granddaughter. I imagine the news of his predicament hit her doubly hard. Not that our proud captain would ever let it show. If you do decide to talk to Lena, she'll be at her usual spot at the Ascensor Gate. Cabinet of Curiosity. It's a great name for a library, isn't it? The Cabinet of Curiosity. I think I'd go to one more often if we named them that instead of a library. Oh, was there something else you needed? If you've come for the results of my research into this persistent light, I'm afraid there's little to tell as of yet. Records pertaining to the Exarch? Well, I need no documentation to relate what little I know of his history, if that is what interests you. Less than a decade had passed since the coming of the Flood, when the Crystal Tower first flashed into existence. Its summoner, the Exarch himself, became known to the refugees in Lakeland soon thereafter. He welcomed all who sought out the spire, be they locals who had lost their homes or Vobertites fleeing their ruined kingdom, and together did they found the city which would become the Crystarium. Some thought to call him king, for he refused to share his name, but the summoner did not deem himself worthy of royal dress. Oh, it's Mommy Bear. You remember them? Josie? They're the ones who revived that guy yesterday, or last night, that we were gonna go save. Worthy of royal address. Yeah. Thus did the people consider his scintillating skin so alike to the tower he had summoned, and bestowed upon him the title of Crystal Exarch. As for his true name, well, so it seemed that is a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. Don't worry, I know his true name. Grahatia. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yeah. Hey, Lena. Leon, I was not told you had awoken. I need some water. A welcome surprise. Now, if only the Exarch was returned to us. He was taken by this rival of yours, was he not? Your companions mentioned they had an idea of where to find him. And so I bristled when they asked for patience. I did not understand their hesitation until I saw that you had fallen. Only then did I realize that I had no business rushing ahead. Even so, the delay has been no less agonizing. In the moments before he left to join you in Colusia, the Exarch entrusted me with a key. It opens the door in the ocular to a chamber known as the Umbilicus. This room is the heart of the tower, into which only the Exarch himself is permitted to enter. I sense an adventure coming along. He bid me allow none into the tower once he had departed. Only in the event that an army of eaters descended upon the city was I to access the Umbilicus and awaken the defensive barrier. Never before had he left me with such instructions. But the battle with Vothri loomed near, and at the time I accepted the key without much thought. Since then, however, that moment is all that occupies my mind. When I recall the look upon his face, he knew that some terrible fate awaited him. Yep, he was planning on sacrificing himself. Tell me, Leon. I need to know what he feared. What battle you and your companions are truly fighting? She wants to know everything. Can't tell you shit, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I trust in the Exarch and I should not be voicing these doubts when he is not here to respond to them personally. But you have come to me with a question of your own, have you not? Well, yeah. Sort of. Ah, I see I am not the only one who burns for answers. A time has come to open the tower's heart. But we do not face an invasion of eaters. I suspect the city will be in far more danger if you do not gain the knowledge you seek. Yeah. Whoa, what is this? The unbroken thread. Come, meet me in the ocular and I will unlock the door within. Okay. What the hell's going on? I've heard of that website. What the fuck? Alright, it's back to the Crystarium, Josie. Oh right, I could have just... Oops. Could have teleported, but... Some of these Aetherites aren't even that far apart, though. Hardly seems worth it sometimes. Master Leon, the captain said to expect you. Yeah.
I have unlocked the door to the umbilicus. You are free to enter.
Right.
Once you have what you require, I'll see it sealed once more. Until then, I will remain without.
You got it. Damn! All these books! This is the control mechanism. We activate this thing. The crystal tower becomes like an airship. For like, or like a spaceship, and we can travel across the universe. Oh, he revealed himself to Urianger.
My thoughts, I prithee. Thy true name is Grahatia, then.
Rafatia. Okay, that's how you pronounce it.
By thy claims, thou too art a native of the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity hath visited devastation upon our star.
Damn, he was sealed in the crystal tower that long, huh? Shit.
Thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag our champion unto an early grave.
In essence, yes. A difficult story to swallow, I'm sure.
It explains everything he said before we went up Mount Golg. When he was saying that what he wanted to do when all of this was over was to go adventuring with his friend again. Because at the end of the Crystal Tower series, it's like he wanted nothing more than to to be like your best buddy and your companion on your adventures, but he had to stay inside the Crystal Tower because he felt responsible.
I doubt not the veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity. Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. Wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
I bet, Josie. I think there's a lot of characters who would probably... it's kind of implied that they would do that. Like a lot of male characters that probably hit on your character if it's a female. Like, somebody told me that one of the... I think it was a Manaline? Oh yeah, I got that too, but obviously we were just kind of like bros. But yeah, that happened too. Emmerich, he has a private dinner with you, regardless of your gender, but I was talking about Emmanueline, one of the Four Tom, one of the Four Tom, members, the younger brother, I think. Somebody told me that he hits on your character if you're female. It was Eli, actually. Eli said that. Is that true? My mind string is still tapping when I just tell something.
Certainly.
Getting a little
Where to
distracted here.
begin? I should start with those great minds who survived the calamity. Sid Garland being perhaps the greatest. In hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions.
Right. At least you remember Sid, huh?
One of these was rooted in a theory which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures. It proposed a method by which one could enter the River of Time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds. Perfecting that idea, however, was a work which consumed their lifetimes, and thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice. But all the while, the world continued to burn. Hope was a feeble outpost, beset on all sides by thievery and misery and murder.
Yeah, Manaline is like... He hits on this girl who's like a guard in Cloud Top. It's at the very beginning of Heaven's Ward.
People cried out in despair. There is no hope. We are finished. Mankind is finished. Then others raised their voices in answer. Though we be beyond salvation, those who came before may yet be saved.
Heaven's Ward was amazing. I'd say it's right on par with this. This took it up a notch, though. Stormblood, I absolutely loved Stormblood personally because of the political atmosphere. Because a lot of it resonated with, like, the stuff I kind of keep up with in real life. And, like, the theme of revolution and all that stuff is just... It's really good. But this and Heaven's Ward were definitely more... They feel more personal and more emotional. And this one in particular, towards the later half, like where I'm at now, is just amazing. This definitely lives up to my expectations from the way people hyped it up months ago when I played Final Fantasy VII Remake and people were telling me about how good this was. The first half of ShadowBringers, I was kind of like, it just feels like Heaven's Ward. It's good, but it's like, I was expecting more. And now it's really fucking good, so...
We will forge a crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass.
That when he died, when Harshfont died, I cried the same as you saw me at the end of the last stream.
Unabated, but some few took up Sid's research and labored to realize those impossible ideas.
Probably more, actually. More. If I had been streaming, oh my god. When I did that, when I got to that part in Heaven's Word, Jesus. That part alone made Heaven's Word right there. I was just like, this is amazing. I cried hella bad. I was a wreck. I was an emotional wreck. I was in tears so hard when Harshfont died. Thanks, Josie.
After 2 centuries of labor, their descendants finally succeeded in awakening the Crystal Tower, an integral part of the process, and, in doing so, roused its caretaker, me.
And that's what we promised, right? Sid Garland promised them that they would eventually find a way to unlock the tower again and see him again.
Scholars had largely established the phenomena underpinning the rejoining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the 8th Umbral Calamity.
But unfortunately, Sid didn't live long enough to be the one to actually greet Grahatia again. But he did promise him that one day, mankind in the future would find the way to open the Crystal Tower again, and they'd see him. So this is very consistent with the Crystal Tower storyline. I like it.
Was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Sid and his compeers.
And by means of such technologies didst thou effect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the Source.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century. But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only man who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
An undertaking of scarce credible endurance. But thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous.
Seriously.
Yet howsoever history be rewritten, thy present self was shaped by events which followed the calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will unravel. Surely thou hast foreseen this.
I am aware of the consequences. 'Tis for that very reason Sid and his colleagues bequeathed their legacy as an offering, and not an edict. To give all of oneself for the happiness of others, and with no promise of reward. 'Tis a hard thing to ask.
The happiness of others is a reward, though.
Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous, though the force which held it together was nothing so inexplicable. It was him. The warrior of light has been our unbroken thread. Where others would stumble and fall, he would rise above. Where others would break and run, he would carry on. The warrior of light's tale is one of unyielding bravery. To tell it was to feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope. It was a breath of inspiration in an age of suffocating shadow. In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero hailed as its greatest ally. In the time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs were his deeds joyously retold. For many, these stories were the flame which warmed them through the coldest of nights. And so it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the Warrior of Light himself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga. He was the lodestar that brought them all together, to send their final message back through time and space to him.
That's fucking beautiful, man.
The light of your legacy was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again and live. I am merely the bearer of that wish, come to ensure it is safely delivered.
Wherefore sharest thou this burden with me and no other? What wouldst thou have me say?
That you will be my accomplice?
Of course.
'Twas you yourself who convinced me of your suitability when you spoke of how you learned of the Flood, and of your part in arranging Minfilia's journey to the First. Your actions showed uncommon resolve. 'Twas clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world. I knew I could trust you to choose the right path forward, even if that choice came with a heavy price.
What price?
When all is said and done, and the last of the Light Wardens lies slain, I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die. Knowing what I know of your companions, not to mention your champion, they will try to stop me. But in saving one, they would save none. Therefore, I implore you to aid me in concealing my identity, and ensuring this tale ends as it must. To this end, I would have you take what I have told you of the Calamity, and make of it a portent. A prophetic vision you beheld in the swirling chaos of the Rift.
Is this truly thy wish?
History remembered the Warrior of Light, as I knew it would. And I will suffer no other to rescue the champion whose star has charted my course. I will see this tale to a happy end, my friend. There has been enough tragedy.
But then Emmett Silk fucked up everything.
Careful now.
One sec. Got to turn on the fan earlier. Fucking, it's getting warm in here.
If you lose control again, the light could claim you for good. Although it's probably only a matter of time before you succumb to the change in any case. What do you mean to do?
So that's tempting, that son of a bitch. I'm gonna rescue the Exarch, man.
Diacian mentioned the Tempest, did he not?
Yeah, something like
That's
that.
the stormy seas around Calusia to you. His lair must be down there somewhere, hidden beneath the waves.
Did you find the answers you sought? If there's nothing more you need, I will go and lock the door. I have questions about the Tempest. The Tempest? That is the name given to the seas by which Calusia is bound. If you make a request to the Tamers, they will provide you with an Amaro to fly you over the waters, but... Do you mean to leave right this moment? Alone? I am not sure that... Nay, I will not seek to stop you. Go with the blessings of the Shadow, and I shall await your safe return. We have renewed purpose now. You require an Amaro? Just a moment, and I shall saddle our swiftest beast to fly you to the island. The open water? To the depths of the Tempest? Our Amaro can swim, yes, but to reach the ocean floor...
Ah, we have found thee.
Say what?
Word reached us of thy recovery, and thus did we gather with all haste.
Okay. Well, good to see you guys again. Shit.
Ah. By thy looks, I gather thou hast gleaned that which I came to tell thee.
Yep, way ahead of you, buddy.
Urianger has shared everything with us. The Exarch's true identity and purpose.
I offer no excuses. When I agreed to aid the Exarch with his plans, 'twas in full acceptance of the condemnation I would face when my duplicity was laid bare. Yet it is not rancor, but resolve that I sense in thee. Thou art fully intent upon walking thy path to its end, art thou not? If thou canst forgive my deception, or, failing that, set aside thy displeasure for a time, I do beg leave to follow thee. What strength and wisdom I possess are thine to command.
Come on, man, I can't stay mad at you. Orion's is a homie, man.
I thank thee. Doubt not but that I will do all in my power to repay thy kindness and fulfill the Exarch's wishes.
Although this is the second time it became a little bit like double agentish. I mean, the first time the Warriors of Darkness came through in post Heaven's Ward, between Heaven's Ward and Stormblood, you know, he pretended to almost be like a bad guy. And then he promised us he wouldn't lie to us anymore, and he still did it again anyway. It's like but every time he's lied to us, it's always been for the greater good, you know? So he's never lied for his own selfish purposes is what I'm saying. So he's genuinely a good guy, you know? Comes down to that whole moral relativism thing, where it was for the greater good for him to lie. So it's justified. There are no absolutes in this world. And I'm aware of the paradox of that very statement. But it is what it is. There are no absolutes. The world is in black and white, shades of gray. Context, circumstance, all of that dictates when something is okay and when it's not. And most of what's okay and what isn't is defined by our cultural values and our society. You know, those things that get imposed onto you as an individual.
I'm sorry, but I don't think this is a good idea.
Uh-oh. Why is that? We're all gonna die?
Leaving the Crystarium, I mean, with or without Urianche.
Oh, she's just scared for me.
What I did for you won't last forever. There's no telling when the light will break free again.
Why would you want me to be here if it did?
You must stay here. At least for a little while longer. We will find a way to cure this, I promise you.
Oh, that's why.
How can you make promises? We don't even know where to start.
Holy shit.
Alize, please. You know Reen was only trying to help.
Of course I know! I know only too well! But making promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. It's a lie. Plain and simple. We've all searched high and low for an answer, and every one of us came back empty-handed. I am not about to stand in his way now. Not after failing him in his hour of need. No! The least we can do is...
We will go with you as well. There is naught to be gained by standing still.
Indeed, we have exhausted every other avenue. Lead, and we shall follow. If there is any hope to be found, then we will surely find it at your side.
Are we all in agreement then?
Is there aught we can do to help?
Holy shit. Were they all listening?
Though we may not know the whole story, we do know you're in for a fight. And while the Exarch's away, it falls to the rest of us to see the Warrior of Darkness is given a proper send-off.
You told them!
No. Well, not in so many words.
Aye, we didn't need it spelled out for us. When the night sky appeared over whichever place you went to, it was harder not to put two and two together.
Right. I mean, they're not stupid, yeah.
From the moment I heard that you and the Exarch shared the homeland, I had my suspicions. Long had he been waiting for a certain someone to arrive. And I knew at once that it must be you.
Exactly. When he went up to meet you, it was clear it was no ordinary visitor. That spring in his step spoke volumes. I could feel his excitement.
We do not fully understand where you or the Exarch hail from, or why you've all done so much to protect us. But we are deeply grateful nonetheless. So, if there is anything at all we might do to aid your journey, you need only name it. What would you have of us?
You might have invited them to join us, where there are not so many. Come, they are waiting. What is your will, O warrior of darkness?
Leave it to us. We'll get him back safe. Yeah. I see your message, Josie, yeah. Yeah, I'm very empathetic even towards fictional characters, because, you know, you learn to feel for them when you get really immersed into the story and everything, you know? When it's well written, you get immersed, and when I get immersed, I get very empathetic towards the characters and their plight. Just so you know, I will not look kindly on any further attempts to leave us behind. We do this together. I once said that I wanted to fight for Estinian, that I wanted to save him, not let him be sacrificed for a cause. Now I say the same to you. Gods know you've spent enough time charging into danger on our behalf. It's only fair that we return the favor. Commercials, huh? That's interesting. The volunteers who journeyed to Calusia have all been safely returned to their homes. They've also assured us that they will do their best to hold the Eaters at bay in our absence. There's nothing I can do to cleanse you of the Light's corruption, but I'll do everything in my power to keep it in check. If the Warden's ether overwhelms you again, you will become a Sin Eater. So please, save your strength for when it really matters. Thou didst plan to commandeer an Amaro for the journey to the open sea. I fear the following dive down unto Emmet Selk's underwater abode would drain even thy legendary stamina. Thus, during thy convalescence, we considered the most efficacious method for reaching the depths of the Tempest, and I believe we have arrived at an elegant solution. Yet ere we discuss this step, I suggest thou dost conclude such pressing business as remains to thee in the Crystarium. Once the sea closeth above our heads, we are unlikely to surface again until our grand deed is done. I'm ready to go. To storm-tossed seas. Thine affairs are in order, and I shall unfold to thee my proposal. Our destination is the ocean floor, yet our goal is not simply to arrive there. Nay, we must needs have the means to breathe and fight freely. Thus would I petition the aid of one of the Fae, a being with whom I have yet to meet face to face. Rather than waste words on explanation, I bid thee follow me unto the hamlet of Sullen, which lieth to the south and west. All will become abundantly clear, I promise thee. Way the fuck out there, huh? Alright. I guess we'll head over there in a minute. We'll just go to the entrance of the town. I'll be right back real quick. I'm gonna take a quick restroom break. Won't be long, as always. Well, that's interesting. For some reason, the chat box became visible again. Anyway, be right back. Bio break. Yeah, bio breaks. That's what it is. But I'm back. Another one of these chocolates though. They're hella good. The sliced bread. Let me see, is that how you do it? Alright, I'm done. My sister gave them to me for Christmas. A little Christmas present. I'll send you a picture on Discord. These little like chocolate seashells. They're pretty cool. I'm sure the audio's working. Okay. I went to the entrance, the tessellation or whatever it's called, the Lakeland option on the Aetheryte. I'll wait for you to get here. No, they're bought. I have the box. I can probably send a picture of that too. So. Yeah, I've never actually paid attention to this animation. Grit. That's kind of cool. Let's see that again from a different angle. That's tight. Alright, so we're headed right there. That's where we're going. Yeah, it's mostly pretty straight. Like just kind of veer to the left a little bit. And that's it. Once I'm done with the initial main scenario quest for ShadowBringers, I'm gonna finish getting all the ether currents so I can fly myself places, because if I'd gotten the ether currents and kept up with that as I've been going through this, I'd already be able to fly myself. Through this area, anyway. At least I think so, I don't know. Treasure map, huh? I guess I'm pretty much gonna start doing those too once I'm done. Weed! Mary don't you wanna? No, I don't disagree with you, it is fun. It's just I hate to be a burden, you know? And I do appreciate though all the rides and stuff. Yeah, I appreciate everything. That's the wrong one. Where is it? Ah, there we go. I appreciate all the ride and everything. Your lovely company and assistance, much appreciated. Urianger, how goes it? There, to the west. Canst thou discern the hump of an isle rising above the water? That foliage-covered mass hideth the key to our safe descent. Swim close and plunge thee beneath the surface. Thou shalt soon divine the reason for mine insistence. Though it be much to my shame, I can but flail and flounder where thou mayst glide as a fish. I shall board a boat to the island and spare one and all the spectacle of mine inept strokes. Yeah, that was the name of the area we were at. Weed. I think we're still there. No, it was... Where was it? Somewhere around here. Called Weed. There it is, right there. See? Weed! Marijuana. Some Mary don't you... Spend special feathers on that mount. Is that the one? So I know I wanted to save up some gold feathers for one of those mounts too. I gotta try to hand out more recruitment codes on like Reddit or some shit. Where the hell are we even going? I'm not even paying attention to what the fuck. Oh, okay, I see. We gotta go over there. Gotcha. Is it that island over there? Yeah, it probably is. We can fly over if you want. Yeah, isn't... This is the drought chocobo, right? The one that you get for recruiting a friend? Because I have it too, I think. Yeah, there it is. But then there's other mounts you can get with golden chocobo feathers, which are also from recruiting a friend anyway. Oof, we gotta swim from here, don't we? Jesus. Or not. Did you see the flag I planted? It's the Isle of Ken. Right here. You can just click on that in chat and it'll mark it on your map. Do an audio check. Love the music in this whole expansion. It's really good. I guess we're just supposed to land on it. Oh, they're here. Just gotta land here. There we go. Thanks for the lift. If thou wouldst divine the secret of this isle, I prithee inspect the view from beneath the water's surface. The locals call this the Isle of Ken, which I presume must refer to knowledge. Either that, or someone was being awfully zealous about marking his territory. I know, you can't see them. Yeah. Even seeing it up close, I'm still not sure what's so special about this island. Where the hell's everybody else, though? There they are. Yustola. If you've solved Urianger's little mystery, then you can find him further up the slope. This was all rather obvious to my eyes, though I concede I have an unfair advantage. I know, you see everything in ether. Ah, there you are. Once you've completed your underwater investigations, the path here leads to the top of the island. Kind of a hard path to make out, though. Not exactly obvious when you look at that, but... Yeah, I know I have to go underwater, but... Is that? Looks like an eyeball, or an eyelid of some kind. Two curved slabs of rock seem squeezed together here, giving the impression of giant stone eyelids. Exactly. Suspect rock formation. Though it appears solid enough, the rock yields slightly under your touch. Was the surface gently shifting, or was it just your imagination? Let's see this thing. Yeah, it's definitely a creature of some kind. Well, what hast thou discerned? It reminds me of a certain primal. Actually, yeah, you're right. It does kind of look like, Bismarck. Most perceptive. According to the lore of the Pixies, we are, even now, perched upon the back of an ancient Fey entity. Its name is Bismarck. Aye, the self-same title by which we know the great feathered whale revered by the Vanu Vanu of the Source. I would enlist its aid to bear us unto the deep, and hence banish the water with an airy sphere, alike in form to the domes which do shelter the hamlets neath the Ruby Sea. So he's talking about whatever the name of that place was. What was it called? Where Soroban was from? The Kojin? How they live underwater? Within its compass we may move unencumbered and defend ourselves when the hour of battle cometh, as it most surely shall. Oh my god, cannot talk anymore. Now I must needs ask for silence, whilst I make my supplication. Too much MSQ, man. My tongue is burning out. Getting all tongue twisted trying to read these sentences, especially Urianger, man. Like, Urianger, I love you, man, but damn. You gotta learn to chill with your speech.
Wir Sach, Bilan Bismail. Fallen si lor wislan, ada si alina.
Van urs atslir, olfod thin, iri guath thi.
Oh dear. I don't need to speak Fey to know that didn't go well.
Sure. She keeps asking us to call on her for help, right? So let's see if she can do anything.
Oh, my snake yak! You've learned to call me at last!
Look how happy she is, man.
And where do you go? On a trip? A journey? I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight. Oh, my precious mortal, I shall help you in any way I can. Guess Bismail win picked. Van dromi drom Jacob.
You old pixie.
Van red rithje.
Sahawin Wilsk. Isnölim Sorgierlo.
Be sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. It's only good manners.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
An agreement is reached and your departure is at hand. You wingless ones best hold on tight. May the blessings of the Fae keep you safe in Ba.
Lo Fallur Ruis. Vanin Narsitar. Dir Sidagnai.
Neighbors. Holy shit. Thought we were going by water. Apparently not. Keep flying.
And just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
What was you expecting? 100 years of honey and rainbows? Seeing them Yulmore types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
Ah, the magic in the air when that ladder started moving. And when that great hulking Talos rose up. The gods. I could live 1,000 years and never behold anything so amazing.
It's like, turn around, fool.
What a... You see that?
See? You spoke too soon.
What a monster! Where did it even come from?
Oh shit. I'm about to get smacked hard.
Oh yeah! It's not stopping!
Book it!
Run! Run!
That's funny.
Lo Valana Ana. Tilden Sidok. Iri Halbsi. Funne. Aktma Thongasni. Agnai.
Wow.
The breath of Bismarck. See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves? The waters recede. The tempest's floor is laid bare.
But it's leaking.
In defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom. The last refuge of he who denies the light with every fiber of his being. You stand at the precipice, hero. Journey unto the heart of darkness. Finish it.
Dare say Urianger endured much playful attention from the pixies to learn the lore of Bismarck. He is nothing if not a dedicated scholar. With all that water out of the way, we'll be able to venture quite some distance. Time itself must be hiding around here somewhere. This is amazing! I can't even see the surface! Oh shit, she's right. Bismarck must be powerful indeed to create a dome of this size. I can only pray to whichever gods are listening that it continues to hold. I remember being impressed by the domes of the Ruby Sea, but this makes them look like bubbles in a stream. Ha! Ha! I'm so glad am I that Bismarck was true to his word. We are arrived in the Tempest safe and dry. It is here that we shall find the lair of Emet-Selch, and I believe the imprisoned Exarch as well. For an Ascian alone, it is of course a trifling matter to flee onto the Rift, yet I suspect such travel is nigh impossible with a mortal in one's custody. Nay, he would not soon risk his prize when the Exarch's very body serveth as the key to the Crystal Tower and its powers of temporal transportation. Thus am I all but certain that this underwater realm harboureth our friend and enemy both. We have but to find them. In the event that you leave the area, speak with Enul at Venmont Yards and Pelusia to return to Tempest. Right on. Oh my god. This place is huge. Hope it doesn't take all night to get through this. I'll be right back though. Another quick bio break, I guess. Since that's what we're calling it now. So, one sec. Alright, I'm back. Let's see. Transition. And we're off. Phew, let's get right back at it. Alright, Thancred, what's up? What are we doing? Now, as for where we should be looking, I rather doubt him itself will be sitting around out in the open. I propose we follow the slope down towards the deeper trenches and keep an eye out for rock formations large enough to house a stronghold. You got it, man. Let's be off then. But watch your footing. The ground is still wet and like to be slippery. What you dudes doing here? I think Thancred has the right idea, but I can't help wondering what Emmett Selk would be doing down here without the aid of gills and fins. He's an Ascian. I'm pretty sure he's got ways to stay alive. The ocean floor is a strange place to be, of course, but this ether, 'tis like naught I've ever seen. Ah, I see. So the bio-break thing comes from World of Warcraft terminology or EverQuest terminology? That's interesting. This outcrop seemeth natural enough. Alright. Well, let's try to follow the ground, I guess, and see who we come across as we head there to that search area. This is beautiful, though. It's like exploring the ocean floor without any of the water to, like, muddy your vision. There's even a little bit of water right there. Alright, here's fine. Let's see. Hondo youth. You alright, buddy? Run away! Oh, there he goes. Where the hell's he going? Oh, I see. It's another Beast Tribe town. Dude, the ether right here looks beautiful. Hey, buddy. The finless ones. They followed me. Why have you come? Was it you who took away our water? Oh yeah, sorry about that. Ah, so this is where the Ondo make their home. I had wondered. Pray forgive us any inconvenience we have caused. We were not aware that your people lived here in the Tempest. We need this great dome of air that we might conduct the most urgent search, and thus beg you for your understanding. Chieftain, what are we to do? Are you emissaries of the Ancient Ones? The hell are you talking about? The mysteries have stirred. We have seen the illuminated land shining through the gloom of the abyss. If you are the emissaries, the chosen, I bid you welcome. If you are not, I bid you leave. I am. Not sure I understand. Would you be willing to elaborate? It would seem not. I suggest we withdraw for the moment. So, what's the plan? Given your condition, I am reluctant to suggest lingering here. That said, our presently meandering search would proceed far more swiftly if we could call upon the Ondo's local knowledge. Yes, I'd like to know more about this illuminated land the chieftain spoke of. Could it be Emmett Selk's stronghold, do you suppose? Perhaps he lit the lanterns upon his return? We cannot dismiss the possibility, but if these Ondo refuse to speak with us... Leon, do you remember my first scheme for entering Yulmore? How I had planned to ingratiate myself by offering lucrative trading opportunities with the Ondo? The individual I dealt with was reticent in the manner and curious in custom. In manner and curious in custom, I added a "the" in there for some reason. But we were able to reach an agreement nonetheless. I believe that with the right approach, we can build a similar relationship here. What kind of approach did you have in mind? That chieftain fellow didn't leave us many options. If we are to tread the swiftest course, then we must needs locate its beginning. It is plain our all too dramatic arrival hath thrown this settlement into confusion. Were we to solve such problems as we have caused and assure our hosts thereby that our purpose here is not... what is that word? Inimical to them, then may yet prove amenable to reason. I've never heard of that one. Inimical. I'm gonna have to look that one up. I smell chores. But very well, if it can be done quickly. What do you think? I have nothing better to offer, but I do worry what will happen if the Ondo's tales end up leading us to a dead end. I cannot say for certain, but I sense this tribe has a deeper connection to the Asians than first meets the eye. It warrants further investigation, thus I cast my vote in favor of aiding the settlements for the time being. We will make allies of the Ondo. Because what the fuck else are we gonna do? Then it is settled. Yustola, pray proceed with your investigations. The rest of us will see about fostering some goodwill. Damn. More menial chores as filler. Filler content. It is what it is. Okay. I know. Leon, you won't believe who I've just bumped into. This is Pasha Zoan, the very fellow I did business with prior to our ill-fated stay in Yulmore. I waited and you did not come. Then the Mistel came, but his visits did not continue. I'm truly sorry, Pashoan. Things did not proceed as planned. Is there aught we can do for you by way of an apology? Perhaps. Where the dry return, a cavern to the north, is home to giant crabs. We do not fear the crab, for we are the swifter swimmers. But now there is no water. We run and they scuttle close behind, snipping and snapping with their claws. There are too many of them. Too many. Ah, I believe I can be of assistance there. And by that you mean me, don't you? And what of you, Leon? If you've not found the task, you are most welcome to join me. Indeed, I should appreciate the company. Where the dry return has a rather ominous ring to it. That's true. It does. Where the fuck are we going? Oh. Okay, that's not too far, but it is far. I'll mark it on the map. Oh, you already got the... ready. What time is it? Let me check my Discord messages real quick. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. The music. Tis nice, tis nice. Okay. We here. Now it's time to kill stuff. Let's do this. pew pew. Over here. There they are. It's more them teens, bro. Kill them. There we go. Group them up. Burn them alive. Oh, that's it. Alright. Back to the Ondo cups. You could crack their shells. You must be stronger than you look. I see you've reached your quota first again. I shall never be your equal in such tasks. Well, I had a little bit of help. Still, I would say we haven't reduced the local crab population to a far less threatening number. My thanks to both of you. You must have a reward. Nay, Pashoan. This was to be part of my apology to you, remember? Besides which, the lack of water is our doing, for which we must also make amends. Might I convince you to tell us something about your village instead? I would very much like to learn more of you and your people. Very well. Before the flood came, it is said that our ancestral home was found in the seas to the south. It was utterly destroyed by the light. Only those who were out hunting survived. They swam aimless and lost until they spied buildings here on the ocean floor. Strange buildings they were, and long had they stood under the water. Yet somehow they had been spared the scars of time and current. These structures provided shelter for my people, protection from the tempest's turbulent waters and the predators which hunted within them. Predators. Where did I get predate? Oh, predate. I was thinking of the word predate as in something ancient before time or something. Before a certain time. So I said predators. Predators! Which hunted within them. Their very existence seemed a miracle. The first settlers pondered their good fortune. It was clear that the race who had built such wonders had guided their course. And from this did they discern the truth. Predating. Yeah, predating. That the ancients had chosen us to serve as caretakers of their eternal sanctuary until such time as they were returned. Thus, if it is judged that your coming at this great vanishing of water was by the ancients' design, you will find warm welcome here. A truly astonishing history. Yet I cannot help but wonder, how will the significance or otherwise of our arrival be decided? The ancients have blessed us with protection and prosperity. If your presence serves to bring us the same, there will be no doubt in the matter. Then it would seem our earlier decision was the correct one. We thank you for the lesson, Pachoan, and will continue to do all we can to assist your people. Should you desire our help with any other trouble, pray do not hesitate to ask. We should return to the task at hand. Only, do try not to overexert yourself, my friend. The risk far outweighs the gain. A lot of quests opened up here. The City of the Ancients. So this is a Final Fantasy VII reference, basically? Ah, Leon. Have you learned aught of note? Fascinating. And precisely the sort of information I was hoping to hear. I saw that. You threw something at me. In fact, if you have a moment, I'd like to borrow your eyes to confirm a theory I've been working on. Come. Oh, it's right outside. This way. Now, there are 2 tasks I would have you perform. The first requires you to inspect the buildings which surround the Ondo settlement and note their most distinctive characteristics. For the second, I wish you to use this knife to take scrapings from one of the remnant walls. Pray be as thorough as you can. I shall be waiting here for the results of your investigations. Okay, this shit again. Oh, didn't even realize that was a window. The tall, slender towers feature many elaborate windows, the likes of which you have seen nowhere else. Okay. What else do we got? Huh. Remnant's wall. Scrape, scrape. You set the point of the knife against the wall, but even after applying considerable pressure, you cannot remove so much as a flake of stone. Well, that was a failure then. Oh. Sorry, still I couldn't do shit. And what have you discovered? Yes, I would agree that the windows are most distinctive. It would seem the structures appear the same to both your sight and mine. And you say you could not so much as scratch the wall? Even with all your might behind the blade? Surprised the damn thing didn't break. Leon, everywhere I turn in this place, my gaze is drawn by peculiar materials for which I do not have a name. The buildings I had you investigate are prime examples. They may appear to be constructed of ordinary stone, but I assure you it is nothing of the sort. If pressed, I would describe the substance as a composite of several mineral properties blended to create a material of unparalleled durability. Even the Ronkin Empire, once the greatest power in Norvrand, produced nothing which compares to this level of perfection. But if not the Ronkins, then who? Who were these ancients the Ondo claim as the architects of their sanctuary? I suspect our answer lies with the reason Emmet Selk withdrew here to the Tempest. Of course. He may simply have wished to retreat somewhere mere mortals would struggle to reach, but there are many such remote locations. Why here specifically? Emmet Selk is devoted to his role, and thus we might assume his choice of stronghold somehow serves the Ascian agenda. Or mayhap, is a place more dear to him than any other. Oh yeah, he's been around longer than any of us. He might have seen the construction of this place. Yeah, exactly. Built by ancient Ascians or... yeah, this... That is my theory, that these structures are remnants of a time before history, of a star that was yet whole and unbroken. Such traces in the source would have been obliterated by the succession of umbral calamities, but here in the first, they might have remained untouched for millennia. copy of the mural in the Katana rival. Almet presented it to me during my visit to Fanao, after our victory in Colusia. Here in the first scene, excuse me, by Emma Silk's own words, it depicts a city of aeons past and the disaster which befell it. The design is much simplified, of course, but do you see the similarities between its towers and those you have just inspected? The windows. The windows look the same. We are close to the truth, I feel. Let us search the surrounds for another tower, one which matches the picture near enough to remove all doubt. From what I have seen, not more than sand and more sand lies to the east, and the south held no such structures. I suggest we try our luck further to the northwest. You may view the Katana rival mural at any time during this quest by using the relevant item in the key items menu. The quest destination will not be displayed on the map. You must search for a structure which resembles the buildings in the mural, then inspect it from the survey point. The survey point will be found nearby in a location which allows a full view of the structure. Way to slow us down, Square Enix. Way to slow us down. So, off to the west. We have this whole fucking area to look at. Alright, I guess off to the west we go. Let me see. Really? I have to be on the ground just to check it. Hold on. Has to look like this. Northwest. So, somewhere over here. I guess around there, maybe? Yeah, that would be a good spot. Huh? Oh, you're good. I was still trying to find out where we should go. Yeah, it's not marked on the map. We just have to look for a place that looks like the little picture he sent us. I'm gonna keep an eye out. I don't see anything. Yeah, let me look around for a bit. See what's in here. No. There doesn't seem to be anything here. It's just a cavern. No buildings. Nothing. Yeah, there's nothing here. Shit. We gotta get out of here. Sure. Oh, I think we found it. This was at the bottom of the image. Where are the buildings, though? Ooh. A little pyramid structure at the bottom. Aye, this is a mural writ large. Though I cannot guess at its purpose, it must have been an imposing sight. How much of the tower's height lies hidden beneath the ground, I wonder? Centuries of our history have settled upon such ruins. Countless layers of dust and sediment. An entire civilization, its existence forgotten by all except a handful of Asians. And yet it did exist. They lived here in this city. But let us focus on what we've learned thus far. The Ondo chieftain spoke of mystery stirring of a land illuminated. Judging by his words, he believes this phenomenon related to the ancients' return. Thus can we surmise that what the Ondo saw shining in the abyss was, in all likelihood, yet another remnant of this age-old civilization. And who else would light the lanterns, as Reen put it, than Emmett Selk himself? It is almost certain he is there. But if we are to find this stronghold in a timely manner, it seems gaining the Ondo's trust remains our swiftest path forward. I only hope our deeds are enough to win them over. Wait, is that one you start with? I don't know. Yeah, that was me right now, stretching on stream. The light of inspiration. Thank you for assisting me with my investigations. I shall seek out our companions and share what we have learned. Much as I would like to tell you to sit down and leave the rest to us, your condition demands that we make all reasonable haste. If you are not too weary, it may be useful to speak with Pash Owen again, and ask if there is aught else he is willing to divulge. Back to the Ondo Cups. This place is so relaxing, too. Healthy notes, friend. You and your companions have done much to repair the damage caused when the waters parted. Anything else you can do? Have you been to the Walls of the Forgotten? I think I've just come from them. The remnants to the northwest, yes? You visited them unbidden? Could it be that your footsteps were guided by the ancients? I believe it may be so. Listen then, and I will tell you of our plans to bring light to the walls, that we might answer the shining call of the illuminated land. We have requested a finless craftsman to shape for us a sacred lamp. He is odd for a land dweller, choosing as he does to live in the ocean, but his skill is beyond question. It is concerning, however, that we have heard nothing of his progress. If you were to visit this artisan and return with our long-awaited light, then any doubt as to your purpose would be laid to rest. His name is Grenold. You will find his workshop in a metal structure to the south. Oh. Well, it's all coming together now, isn't it? Yep. Grenold! Alright, I marked the location on the map. There we go. Oh! Again, always appreciate the help, Josie. It's making this a lot nicer and easier. Whew. Perhaps I ate too many of those chocolates. Getting a sugar crash. A workbench, huh? Okay. Boop. Hey, buddy. Oh, that's just great, that is. My mind's playing tricks on me now. Look, Grenold, someone's come to visit you at the bottom of the bleeding ocean. I might be as your ghost, eh? Go on, foul shade, feast yourself on me, rotten soul. I've got no use for it. A craftsman with can't craft is more pointless than a sea slug with a dome and hammer. And that's an insult to bloody sea slugs. Grenold appears to be suffering from a crushing bout of self-doubt. Maybe you can help psych him up. Oh, I know that feeling, bruh. I doubt myself all the time. Who doesn't? Psych his ass up. Eh? You wouldn't be trying to raise me spirits now, would you, spirit? Not what you'd expect from a servant of the netherworld. He thinks for ghosts. Wow, he looks familiar. Have we met before? You look exactly like... might be as we crossed paths back in the Crystarium, but I don't reckon we've been formally introduced. Name's Grenold. He looks like Gerald. And this here is meant to be me underwater sanctuary, a place where I can give myself over to me work, far from the distractions of the outside world. Looks exactly like Gerald. And yet here you stand. Now what's so damned important that you'd dive all the way down to the bottom of the bleeding tempest to bother me? Ah, the Ondo's lamp. God's curse me, empty head! I've not so much as made a start! What? Oh god. I'm worth less than a sea slug. Nay, the slime left by a sea slug. Me delivery date's long past, me workbench is untouched. And I call myself a bleeding artisan. You've heard their beliefs, have ye? Bringing light to them ruins will be an act of deep religious and cultural significance. And it was my privilege as a craftsman to be tasked with providing a ritual instrument worthy of the occasion. But I just can't bloody well. Gah! My mind's a bleeding blank! It's like I've pissed away me last drop of inspiration! Dude, this guy needs to chill out. Tell me you've got something to show me. Something that'll give me a muse, a right good kick up the ass. Something that'll give his muse a right kick up his ass? The Ondo want to honor the coming of these ancients, so their answering lights got to blaze with the right kind of brightness. Like the spark of life caught in a crystal. But just being sparkly is not enough. It's gotta dance with joy and sorrow and a sense of hardship endured. You know what I mean? Grenold seeks a particular kind of inspiration, the kind that crystallizes only at the culmination of a long and tragic tale. Complete any of the role quest lines available at the Wandering Stairs in the Crystarium, then return to Grenold once more. Alright. So we're not finishing this tonight now. There goes that. I guess we'll finish ShadowBringers tomorrow, because now I gotta go do a fucking role quest. I don't know if the game ever told me I was gonna have to do that before, but they're telling me now. Ay, ay, ay. Well, that's fucking awful. The role quests in and of themselves are probably going to take an entire stream, so... I guess if I did the Dragoon one, it would be pretty quick. Because I'm, you know, over-geared on that one. If I have to kill anything, but I mean, there's gonna be cutscenes, there's gonna be a story. Yep, we're not finishing this tonight, Josie. They just threw us a curveball. And I'm also at the 2.5 hour mark for the stream, so I'm kind of just like, well, I might as well just cut it here, because we're not going to finish now. So sad. Traveling all this way, hyped up and shit, to see the ending, only to get turned away and have to go do some other bullshit. I was thinking of putting off the role quest until the end. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, this... It just gives me an excuse to stop streaming right now, honestly. I'm not doing that right now. I'm too tired to go do something that's not even related to the main scenario. Well, it is. It is, because it has to do with, It has to do with, what's his name? It has to do with, you look hella funny. It has to do with, Artbert's friends, right? His companions or whatever? I think. Artbert's, the other Warriors of Darkness who were with him, basically. Pretty sure they have something to do with the role quest, if I remember correctly. So... That was a good outfit you had on, though. The pugilist one? That was pretty cool. Is it one of the job outfits? Like the... Like, is it pugilist specific, I guess? It looked like the level 50 one. For the monk. Yeah. Yeah, and so I kind of wanted to save, like, if I had known this was gonna happen, obviously I wouldn't have done this, but I was kind of saving the role quests for, like, I was saving the role quests for, after ShadowBringers, and I was gonna stream them, actually. But I guess I gotta stream them now. Who's... Oh, right, I heard that somebody gives you the job armor, right? For your class? Is it this guy? You don't actually get it from doing the job quest. You have to, like, purchase it or something, or... The level 80 gear, I mean, for your job class. Let me just look it up. I think it's called the, artifact gear? Anyway, before I go looking that up and prolong the stream with nothing, with no content, I'm just gonna cut it here and say, thank you all again for watching. Was hoping to finish ShadowBringers, but I either didn't pay attention when they told me I was gonna have to do a role quest, or they never told me I was gonna have to do one, and now they are. So I'm not gonna be able to finish tonight, unfortunately. And, tomorrow is probably gonna be several hours of doing role quests before I can even, resume the main scenario quest. So this is gonna go on longer than I thought. But it is what it is. Strange design choice, but yeah. Anyway, so thank you all for watching. I appreciate the support. Whether you followed or subscribed on YouTube, Twitch, I appreciate you watching and enjoying my nonsense. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I never really know how to end these things except saying thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. So, peace. I gotta go get some sleep because I'm pretty tired. Oof. Almost said it again. I'm fucked up. Hella tired.